Welcome to Post Status Draft. We've got another series in our Product People interviews, and I have a new friend named Arnas from Hostinger. We've been talking about Lithuania, where Hostinger is based, and his beautiful country, and told him that I can't wait to visit sometime. But welcome to the Post Status Draft podcast, Arnas.
Hi, Cory, and thanks for inviting me. It's been a pleasure being in this, podcast. And let's get started on that one, right?
Okay. So could you tell me what you do at Hostinger?
Yeah, of course. So right now at Hostinger, I'm a web hosting product owner. And this is the current role I'm going with. And I did had some previous roles in Hostinger as well. And a short journey, perhaps, what I did at Hostinger.
Yeah. Would you tell me about? Let me ask you one question first.
Yeah.
So when you say web product owner, that obviously, I'm sorry, web hosting product owner.
Yeah.
That includes WordPress.
But
there's more that you do in that role, or is it concentrated on WordPress?
So WordPress is only a part of what we do, but we cover everything that involves hosting, all of the features of the hosting. Basically, whatever you have to do on hosting, this is our responsibility to manage it, develop it. Any new features, perhaps clients' feedback, clients want something new and they find it really awesome to use it, or perhaps clients face some kind of an issue with hosting and we see trouble over there and we want to assist clients. This is our job, to make it happen and deliver it to them.
Awesome. Well, okay. Before I get into WordPress, we're going to geek out on WordPress and the WordPress product at Hostinger, but tell me your story. How did you get here? You just mentioned you had been in a couple of roles before the web hosting product owner at Hostinger. So how'd you get started in this and end up as today as the product owner?
Of course. So everything started almost 3 years back. Next month, it will be my 3 years anniversary. And I've started as a customer success specialist. I worked there for over a year. And over the journey in the success specialist role, I noticed that I had, let's say, I liked working towards website issues that clients came to us and they delivered their problems. And over time, I naturally noticed that there are way more WordPress clients compared to other platforms. And only later on in my future roles, I understand by looking at the data directly, what's the actual difference in there, because I didn't, read something online in that time. And over time, WordPress, I guess, grew on me in the success specialist role. I did more digging in, the plugins, what are the actual critical errors mean, and how we can, help clients fixing on them. And so I did that role for over a year, and then I got a job promotion opportunity to be a UX researcher. What I did in that role is found out what issues our clients had, where they struggled using our services as a hosting provider, including the control panel they use every day and the services in general. Perhaps their site speed is slow and we have to find out what exactly the clients dealing with and work on that. So as a UX researcher, that was my main role. And if we happen to, design something new, I would be that guy who's telling, okay, in here, we must have this, because our clients face the issues here daily. And we want to address that part and, make that happen and solve that. And after, everything, we measure the numbers, how it helped for our users. Perhaps we missed something releasing here, or we should update something here. And we worked on that as well. And after the UX research role, I got offered a role as a product associate. So For me, product associate is like a starter role of product owner, because you learning things that you are going to do as a product owner. So they are prioritizing issues for developers, what we're going to work on, what is the most important things for our client to get shipped as fast as possible. And everything is based on our clients' needs, what they face daily, seeing the bigger picture, checking online trends, what is happening in the industry, what is happening in the WordPress world. If something happens, like let's say a random example, new AI drops that generates WordPress websites automatically, why we still don't have it, what's blocking us to delivering this to our clients. And yeah, so when I worked in that role and gathered my experience as a product associate, I was offered to work as a product owner of web hosting, which includes WordPress, and yeah, working on the delivering features to our clients that means them the most, that automates painful manual areas of setting up things for the website, and yeah, in general on the on the hosting platform. I see it in the way that I want to help and automate things as much as possible for our clients, so they wouldn't have to deal with that struggle manually and doing everything by hand. Let's see from that perspective.
I think that's the ideal. If I could create an ideal path to being a product owner, it's that you spent your first career in customer success, seeing firsthand. That's the cutting edge of any software or hosting business, because for the first 8 months of my tenure starting iThemes, I did all of the customer support and success for our company, and that gave me a bird's eye view. I mean, I really face-to-face view of the problems and what people were encountered when they're trying to get something done. So that's number one. I love that that's where you got your start, because you're always going to stay close and sensitive to the needs of the customer. And then second, UX. I'm like, so I obsessed over the experience of a customer. What are other problems? And you found those often in the support. Anything that kind of hanged up, you're like, that's a problem that we can try to eliminate. And sometimes it's software code, and sometimes it's that UX and UI part of that. So I love that background leading to be a product owner, because I think those are key experiences that make a good product owner, like a part of the whole mix, because you see firsthand what people are trying to do, and that knowledge and experience comes in and it gets baked into how you lead your team. So I love that background.
Yeah,
okay.
One thing I could add is that throughout this, past experience, what really also helped out, the product knowledge. If we had to collaborate with the teams, the developers, to give them the feeling how the users see it and how they use it, it really, assisted in that area as well.
Yeah. And I know, Hostinger, from talking to Dominika, your CEO, CMO, and different people on your team at WordCamp US past couple of months, that when there's people that say customer obsession is our core value, but I hear it over and over authentically from everybody I talk to at Hostinger, and then knowing that the product owner came from that,
the best feedback always comes from the clients. That's why, I regularly have interviews with the clients, just hearing what they have to say about the product, whether they like it or don't, just, raw data directly from the user who tells it the best, what's their experience with our services.
Okay, thank you for that background. I like to tell the human side of the story of the people leading the products that we use out there. And that's what this series is all about. So that's why I stick there and who's the human behind leading the product? And thank you for sharing your journey there. Okay, now let's dig into product. Let's geek out on product. So I love that you saw naturally in the form, so many people were talking about WordPress, and that kind of led to this. So that helps formulate your experience. But tell me about the product that you're leading now at Hostinger related to WordPress. What things are you excited about that you've done? shaped through your experience and your team experience and obviously the customers. But tell me some things that stick out a part of the product.
Yeah, so about the feature set that I'm really excited that we recently released would be one of the things that we directly bring to the clients is a simple website restoration. And it's basically what we've improved. Right now, WordPress users will not have to select any files and database they have to restore. The only thing they have to select is date. What we wanted to remove here is the struggle selecting files and databases separately. And yeah, we just wanted, just select the date. If you remember, the working one. No, if you don't, no worries. You can just restore another one, as we save quite a few of the backups on our services. And yeah, all of the processes are fully automatic after that. You just click restore, and that's that. And
I think that's before you go on, I think that is really awesome that's the first one you listed, because we've all been there where we break a site doing something, or some event is happening and scrambling. And at iThemes, we had a plugin called Backup Buddy. So I know this subject really well. It's like, and I've been there where you break something and you just want to roll back the change without having to go into all these processes and stuff. And then the fact of the web is something's going to happen. It's the web, it's tech, something's going to happen. But being able to go to a date and time and restoring, I think is so critical. It's that classic, Command Z undo function. It's like I can go back in my timeline and restore it.
Yeah, exactly. And we want to. I always try to put myself in the client's shoes, what I would have to do, and that I want to restore it as fast as possible. And in the brief moment when something happened to my website, I try to search the root issue as fast as possible. If I can't, I go restore the site. And that in that moment, selecting correct files and database could be crucial. So why just don't remove that step and just allowing users to select database and that date, and that's all.
We've all been there where we've installed a new plugin or upgraded a plugin and it's broken things, and being able to have that easy undo button with the restore is so critical. So thank you for sharing number one, because I think that's something I wanted to highlight. I know that process, and most of us that do web work with WordPress understand this too, is like something's going to happen where you're going to have to back it up. So, okay, restoration process. What's another?
Another one is in a bit of difference area. It comes from security. It would be WordPress vulnerabilities. At first, we released only vulnerabilities to WordPress plugins. Basically, what we would do is we tell clients when there are vulnerabilities in any of their installed plugins on the site. Let's say you have 10 plugins, we keep track of all of them. And if we notice everything, is there a security issue, we give you automated steps. Either there is an update. If there is a safe version, we tell you, hey, 1.2 version is safe, you can update to it. If we don't have, the safe version to recommend, we say this plugin is better be deleted because it may directly harm your website security and create, a backdoor or something like that to it. And further, we thought we can't only cover plugins, when it comes to vulnerabilities of WordPress, we also have, to include themes and core versions. So this was included as well. So the same principle, we keep track, on the used themes. It could either be, the active one or just sitting files over there. And of course, the core files of the WordPress. We give, the suggestions to clients to either update it if there's a safe version or not. Yeah, so this was the feature that was like recently quite released, and we, from the client's perspective, we really saw those tips that really helped clients, and that they don't need to worry about the security and checking for vulnerabilities themselves.
See, I bet you encountered that 100 times in your job and your role as a customer success operator, because WordPress is safe. It's continuing to be vulnerabilities in everything that you see, because it's just part of being a citizen on the web. But that I bet you saw that, and I bet that formulates the experience. Why you said that was number two, because you just two problems I saw back in the day over and over. Want to be able to restore something broke, and then there's something coming in that you want to be able, or a part of it that you want to like have some knowledge. So I think security is absolutely awesome, and I love that. That's first and second. You probably don't know a lot about me, but you hit my hallmarks where I spent 10 years of my life doing. So I love that. These two things are these two things part of the WordPress hosting packages you all do? Is it a separate thing?
Everything comes included into the WordPress packages, in the WordPress hosting that we offer. Just, the backups that I firstly mentioned, there are, daily and weekly. It depends on the hosting plan, of course. But yeah, the restoration feature itself is included when you just purchase the plan itself.
Awesome. Okay, so we talked about restorations, vulnerabilities, and what's the third that's on your mind about the product?
Yeah, the third one is the one we just recently released and are currently working on it, is the Hostinger WordPress plugin. Why it was first released? We just have to be fair and understand that a lot of clients not always, using hosting control panels continuously, because a lot of users just know, /VP admin and just go inside their panel and do their stuff. And we wanted, still have the communication, let's say, in that side with the client inside the WordPress and assist them if possible. So right now with the first iteration, we focused on assisting client publishing their website and changing, the essentials of the website, like uploading logo, editing description, and so on. It's for let's say fresh user on the WordPress who wants, to have a simple blog website and still wants to do it on the WordPress and not, the standalone builder, let's say Wix. And what we are working on is we do have quite, big YouTube library of a hosting your learning section. And we want to include that section inside the Hostinger plugin, so users would be able, to check quickly steps on YouTube, because there are people who are good at getting information through knowledge-based articles, and there are people who prefer video material when they getting things done. Personally, I'm a video guy. I just have to be honest, if I see a knowledge-based article, I probably scroll to the bullet points where everything main is mentioned here. But when it comes to video, yeah, I just watched it and it's way easier to consume information that way. And yeah, so that's another kind of interaction with the user. And we will provide, the jumps to the knowledge-based article, contacting, support, or assisting to contact the support. And there are further plans. I would like, to implement some custom settings to the plugin itself, where users are able to implement them on the website maintenance page, some caching options, so users wouldn't have to, to find that information manually. So it would be, like a hot quick links.
When you think about continuing to build, refine, and even improve the offering that you give your clients, who are the types of customers that you all think about? Who is Hostinger Managed WordPress really kind of for?
Sorry, could you repeat the first part of the question a bit like for me?
Yeah, who are the like avatars that you think of when you're building these products? Like Restore vulnerabilities,
Yeah.
the plugin, there's somebody you're thinking of, or a couple people, types of customers you're thinking about that use this product. And can you share a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
sure. Of course. So it would be like, small businesses, online hustlers, beginners at the hosting business in general, because like we, as a hostinger, want to provide ability to make a website online for everyone. So our, when we thinking of these features, we're thinking of the clients who are relatively new in this business, and they want help in all of this. That's why we trying to listen to what clients have to say when something releases out, and if it's difficult. There have been already some improvements on the restoration feature, on the I'm just saying some examples on the website automatic migrations where the users saw struggles, and we worked on that. So we always think of the online hustler, beginner, when this information is new for the client and they just want to have their blog, small shop online and do their stuff.
I love that, because I think a lot of the WordPress market overall has gotten beyond that. I don't, there's probably a better way to say that, but I remember the day when you can go find hosting and you had an idea and you could take WordPress and good hosting and create something that may or may not go anywhere. So when you say the hustlers, the do-it-yourselfers type, I love that, because I'm afraid at some parts in our industry, we've gotten away from the mission of WordPress is to democratize publishing, to give people tools and awesome.
Yeah.
I think I froze.
Yeah, you're good, Cory. You're all good.
Okay. And so I love that you all, there's still an awesome company out there offering that, where, I'm like a lot of people. I was looking at your plans and I go, when was the last time I saw 100 sites that you could build? For every little quirky and sometimes dumb idea I have, I can start it and then see where it goes. And I love that with the plans that you offer and the work that you're doing too, and then have the easy restore button, kind of keeping me safe. And you're helping me use this. So I love that that's one of the avatars that you all focus on.
Yeah, like I understand that fact. When I first tried the WordPress myself, there's no lying, it can be scary. Seeing all the sidebar options, what to do, what to change, and seeing online there's a bunch of information about the WordPress, what could be edited, and so on, so on, so on. So we want to provide the best examples, guidance to the users, and remove manual work as much as possible, so they would just do their thing and have their website online and slowly gather traffic to their whatever project it is.
Awesome. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the product and some of the features that you're very proud of, you and your team. We've talked about some of the fits for how Hostinger can fit into whatever you're kind of building. Now I want to get, as a product owner, someone that has a lot of experience with WordPress and the web. What are you excited about in the future with what you're doing?
Like talking from the future perspective plans and the releases, the features.
If you want to, or, I'd love to get your take also on just the web, where the web's going, where WordPress is going, what's exciting, just looking out on the landscape of this amazing software that turns 20 years old. I can't believe that, 20 years old this year. Yeah. What you're seeing on the web, we've got new things coming up all the time. Like you were talking about automation, AI stuff. These things are just going insane and accelerating. And is there anything from that perspective you see that gets you excited about working on the web?
Yeah, so I can definitely talk about AI stuff that I find really intriguing, and I would just think how awesome it would be because I recently saw one of the website that they create WordPress website based with AI, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. And I just imagined if I would describe what I would do on my WordPress website directly, let's say I'm an animals photographer, and it will be my blog about it. And I just, just give a description about my website, and I would get like, pre-built all of the content with some dummy images that could just be replaced with my own photography stuff. I just think from the perspective how it would shorten the journey for the client on building the website, because if you want, to build neat website, you still have to install some plugins and, make changes in, let's say, Builder or even the Gutenberg blog builder. You still have to make changes. But if everything would come pre-made for you and all of the things, it's similar to demo content when you import to the website, because everything gets important. But I want to, skip that step where just I have to describe what I want to have in a website, and bam, in 5 minutes it's just generated, and I just change my pictures to whatever I photograph.
I think there's so many opportunities that AI presents for WordPress in particular. And that's another thought. I was like, oh, yeah, the technology's innovating and going so well. It's like I saw somebody tweet they use ChatGPT to build a WordPress plugin, and you're like, okay, if you understand that language, then they can do a lot of the heavy lifting, AI part. But it's like maybe the AI is asking you, what do you want? Are you wanting to sell something on it? Okay, what kind of thing you're trying to sell, and the idea of that they can go out there and say, here are 3 options that would do that. Is pretty incredible. And I like to tinker on WordPress websites, but it'd be nice just to go like have a prompt, someone asking you something, what are you trying to do, and lead you through that process with good options.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine if we would, after our conversation, we would have a built WordPress website that it's fully ready to go online. Yeah, like conversation, and that's all. So the conversation with AI, and I have my website online.
Could the new website builder be AI? And I think the answer is yes. How soon we'll see that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But I continue to have these conversations with people around the business of WordPress ecosystem, because I think there's so much potential here. And it just takes bright minds like yourself to think of, oh, we could do this. WS Forms, for instance, has worked on some OpenAI integrations. The Jonas over at Webhooks has done a tutorial on integration. And I want to see more of that, because you've seen this, as you've been working on the web and doing all these things, you've seen like there's problems that it's just time consuming. And if we can take some of that stuff away, we help them get to their goal and their dream faster and better.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. What I can say, like on the hosting with the AI, we have a logo maker that's, AI powered. So personally, whenever I need a simple logo for something, and that's, in a way unique, I just use the AI generator of logos, and that's all.
I'll have to check that out. We'll have to put that in the show notes, the logo generator, test it out. Cool. Well, anything else you want to share about what you're doing? Any other thoughts you have on the web? I want to make sure we get the chance to hear from you, someone that leads the WordPress product in particular at Hostinger.
Oh yeah, the thing that we are also working on that will affect our WordPress users as well. It's already in our public roadmap, is that we will soon be releasing our CDN. So, and it's from the public roadmap, we received quite a lot of, requests from the clients that, it's really crucial for us to have this, and we understand it. Because then again, if we want, to give clients a seamless experience, it's part of it, because, if client wants to use Cloudflare as a CDN provider, they would have to go over there, make the setup process happen. But with the in-house, we remove that step as well. So this one is coming up on the way, and I'm really excited to see how it will help our clients in the website performance and the boost of it.
Well, then you've covered the trifecta here. You've got safety and security, being able to restore and watch out for vulnerabilities. And then you got speed, and speed's always sexy to everyone because the faster, the better rank, the better the customer experience. So that's pretty cool.
On the speed note, I could add another thing that's still requires some deeper refinement. But what I want to offer for the clients is automatic website optimizations. Why it requires a bit deeper refinement? Because we want to, to refine it to the way that it will not break a website. Because we know that if we automatically, use some caching plugin to go maximum aggressive with the settings, it could create, break something in the website because it was just so aggressive on optimizing it. So we want to find that gold spot for the client where he pushes a single click and the content of their website gets optimized and it does, loads without issues.
Love it. That's awesome. Donauskas, would you tell us how we can find more about you and then also your work at Hostinger?
Yeah, so we do have a public roadmap that you can access as a user. It's simply roadmap.hostinger.com. And all of there, you will be able to see all of the release stuff, all of the upcoming stuff, and you as a client can, express your opinion here. And also you can submit an idea. So that idea would be checked by me, and we would, include it into the backlog since, the clients want to see that happen.
This is excellent. I love when a software company, a hosting company, puts this in front. It's like, this is what we're working on. This is what we're doing. It shows real leadership. And I love this. I'm looking through here and this is awesome. Well, Arnas, thank you so much for your time today. And I appreciate hearing your story and what you're doing at Hostinger. Please keep up the good work.
Thanks, Cory, for inviting. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, if anything, I'm here.
Awesome. All right. Thanks everybody for listening to Post Status Draft. This is another interview in our series called Product People to help you see the hear the humans behind the best WordPress products out there. So we've been talking with Arnas, web hosting product owner at Hostinger.